Hi everyone, this is Brian Hayes and welcome to Volume 2 in our series of playing major to 7th chords on the pedal steel guitar. Today, again, I'll be demonstrating on my 12-string D9th A6th universal pedal steel. However, everything we talk about can be played on the conventional 10-string E9th Nashville tuning. You just have to remember that when I refer to a fret number, if you're playing an E9th tuning, you'll have to play 2 frets lower than what I say. So we're in the key of G again here. That's on the 5th fret for me with pedals up, no pedals. That'll be on the 3rd fret for you if you're playing any of the E9th tuning pedal steels. Now, if you haven't checked out Volume 1 in this series, please do, because I won't spend too much time going over what we covered in that initial video. Today, we're just going to make one modification to the exercise. We're still going to play G to G7th, C to C7th, D to D7th, and end back on G up 1 octave. But in Volume 1, we talked about playing the pedals up major chord. So for me, if I play strings 5, 4 and 3 on the 5th fret, that's G major. We then talked about sliding up 3 frets and engaging our knee lever that raises our 4th, 8th and on the 12-string universal tuning also our 11th string up a semitone. So G major became G7. Today we're just going to add in an alternate inversion of the major chord before we allow it to be a 7th chord. So if I do the same movement and go G major on the 5th fret, slide up to the 8th fret, but this time as well as engaging my knee lever that raises the 4th string up a semitone, I also press down my 1st pedal which raises the 5th string up a tone. So G with no pedals on the 5th fret retains the notes of a G major chord when I bring it up to the 8th fret and press my 1st pedal down and my knee lever that raises the 4th string. So what we'll now do is play one beat on G major with no pedals, slide up to the 1st pedal and the knee lever G major on the 2nd beat of the bar, then lift up the 1st pedal, which will convert that G major chord into a G7th. So this is the new way in this video that we can play a G to a G7th progression. You can hear that major and then to the 7th. And we do exactly the same as we did in Volume 1 for the C to C7th, D to D7th, and then we end on the G. So the progression will be this. And we go up to the 10th fret for me, pedals up. The 13th fret, 1st pedal and knee lever on, then lift up that pedal, so C to C7th. Go back a fret to the 12th fret for me, for D. Go up to the 15th fret, 1st pedal and knee lever, then lift it up. And then slide up 2 frets to the 17th fret, and end on a G major in the pedals up position. I'll just play that progression now and I won't talk over it. And you can apply exactly the same string grips that we spoke about in Volume 1 and you'll get that same really interesting way to play from a major to a 7th. So that was just strings 6, 5 and 4. Here's strings 8, 6 and 5. And now strings for me, 9, 8 and 6. If you're on a 10-string pedal steel, that'll be strings 10, 8 and 6. And you can't play any lower than that if you're on the standard Nashville 10-string pedal steel tuning. On the universal tuning, we can do a couple more inversions, but we can't go right down to the 12th string in this instance because on the universal tuning we actually don't raise the 12th string up a tone when we press our first pedal down. So we can't get that major on the, in this case, the 5th fret to the 8th fret. The 8th fret will actually retain as a 7th chord. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed that. Hope you've learnt something new there. It's a fantastic, smooth change on the pedal steel to turn any major chord into a 7th chord and have some nice sliding between those chords. Bye for now.